Hello dear students, welcome again. Today we are going to learn a topic Androecium under chapter Morphology of Flowering Plant of class 11th. Androecium. Androecium is the male reproductive part of flower. Male reproductive part of flower. You have already prepared diagram at the time of formation of flower. The tip portion, it is a lobed structure, it is called anther. This is called filament, and filament join at a portion called connective. This is a single stamen structure. This is a unit of androecium, you can say. This is a unit. Now the male reproductive part, why? Because it produces pollen grain, and pollen grain having two male gamete. Okay, that having two male gamete, and one is a tube nucleus in them, pollen grain, and that are transfer up to the stigma, and at that point they start germinating, produce pollen tube and fertilize to the egg. Now again some term is used in androecium is very important. Now we start topic with the number of stamen. Position of androecium. Position of stamen. Generally, first term is a monoandrous. It means that if flower bear anther separately, it is also considered as a monandrous condition. Second is a monoadelphous. This situation occur in case of hibiscus plant. Hibiscus plants form staminal tube. This is a staminal tube, and staminal tube bear numerous stamen that arrange on a siphonous tube or staminal tube on the flower. This is a condition is called monoadelphous. Third term used in this case is called diadelphous. Not diadelphous, it is also called syngenesious condition. Here a flower bear numerous stamen, but all anther fused at the tip. This situation occur at the syngenesious condition. Fourth is a synandrous condition. It means syn means combined, androus means androecium. Especially the flower bear numerous androecium, but all are combined together, and this is form synandrous condition. Especially many other conditions like didynamous, tetradynamous conditions are also observed in case of didynamous, tetradynamous condition is also observed in case of androecium. Generally, if you are talking about the number of androecium, another terminology, other than position. Number of androecium, number of stamen, we can find in flower the number of stamen may be 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 and many. Especially many androecium you can see in case of plant is called guava, rose, and especially a plant is called cholestemon. These all plants having many androecium in it, and 4 androecium, 5 androecium, it is very in general found in many plant. You can see and pluck flower and you can see the different androecium in their number. Now next one is a type of anther. Anther generally monothecous. First monothecous anther. First is a monothecous. Here you can see the single theca are found inside the anther. Suppose anther having, this is a anther having 2 lobe and each lobe having single locule. It is called monothecous. And dithecous anther are that case. Dithecous conditions, if anther form 2 lobe but each lobe bear 2 locule. If anther forming 2 lobe and each lobe bear 2 locule, this situation is called dithecous anther. It is a very common type of anther that are found in case of angiosperm. Okay, this is a lobe. Each lobe bear 2 locule. If you cross section of anther, suppose this is anther, if you cross section of anther, transverse section, then you can find how many lobe present in case of anther you can see. Now the next, sometime the anther is arise, attachment. What is the attachment of anther? At what position they attach? Attachment of stamen. Sometime stamens are attached to the petal. Suppose this is a flower, base and petal, and from the petal stamens are attached. This is a stamen attached through the petal. It is called epipetalous condition. Epipetalous. Second condition, epigynous. Suppose this is a flower having gynoecium. This is a base. If through the petal are arise, called epipetalous. If through the gynoecium wall, ovary wall they attach, that is called epigynous condition. Epigynous is also very common in case of angiosperms, epipetalous as well as epigynous situations. This is a different type of anther that are found, stamens that are found inside the androecium. Beside this, many other conditions are also seen in case of diploestaminous conditions, okay, and how many type of anthers that present and how they are dehisce at the time of dehiscence after maturity, means how the you can see they are fall of all pollen grain inside the positions. Especially suppose this is a thalamus. If 2 anther arise and at maturity the pollen grain dusted between the flower, this is called introrse condition. And this is a thalamus. If the flower anther present outer and they are dehisce outer, this is called extrorse condition. This is called extrorse conditions. This is a type of dehiscence of anther. Okay. generally the flower bear only stamen, not the female reproductive part. This type of flower is called staminate. This type of flower is called staminate flower or male flower. And if flower bear pistils, only ganoecium, this flower is called pistillate flower. What? This is called pistillate flower. Okay, so this one is a two different type of flowers that are generally present in case of plants. It is a type of unisexual flower. Now students, the next topic, next is a fourth overall is about ganoecium. Now you can see the ganoecium. Ganoecium is what? Ganoecium is the female reproductive part. Female reproductive part of the plant. Reproductive part of plant. Okay, this is a female reproductive part of the plant. It is called ganoecium. Okay, the diagram you can see, you can prepare already at the time of flower formation. This is a ovary and style, stigma. This is all three part is called ganoecium, and unit is a pistil. Unit is pistil. Okay, this one is a ganoecium. Now female reproductive part which bear female gamete at the time of fertilization, gamete able to form zygote, further the embryo and the whole ovule develop to form seed. These structures generally found in case of number. Now talking about the number of carpel. If flower having single carpel, suppose this is a flower, and if flower having single carpel, this situation, okay, this is all flower part, only talking about the carpel. This situation is called monocarpellary. Mono means single, carpellary means carpel. If flower bear single carpel, this situation occur is called monocarpellary. Second, if a flower bear two carpel, this situation is called bicarpellary condition. Suppose this is a flower and a flower bear two type of carpel. Okay, two carpel are found in case of flower. This situation occur. This situation is called bicarpellary. What? This is called bicarpellary situations. Similarly, the tricarpellary, tri means three carpels are present. Tetracarpellary situation is also observed. Four carpel. Pentacarpellary, especially five carpel. Okay. Hexacarpellary means six carpel. And sometimes also observed in some plant is called. Seventh is a multicarpellary, means many carpel. Here number of carpel is not fixed. This is all are carpel, but one condition is all carpel you can see separately, they are not fused. This is called carpel. Now talking about the cohesion. Cohesion, is carpel are attached or not? Okay, this is called cohesion. Now I am talking about cohesion. If all carpel are fused, all carpel are free, this condition is called apocarpus. Apocarpus means carpel free. Okay. Suppose this is a flower. If two carpel present, but both are free separately, both are separate each other, this is called bicarpellary conditions, especially apocarpus, bicarpellary. Second is syncarpus. If carpel fused, if carpel fused. If suppose if two carpel fused, carpel generally fused. Suppose this is a two ovary and this is a flower base, but they form a single ovary after fusion. How can you observe? If you perform a transverse section of the ovary, you can find this type of ovary. You can see two locule present in case of ovary, two locule present in case of two locule present in the each chamber of the one chamber having one locule, other chamber having another locule, and this clearly indicate that this is a ovary of syncarpous condition. It is formed by fusion of two carpel. It is formed by fusion of two carpel. This is called bicarpellary situations. Okay. Now the syncarpous condition is further categorized into the bicarpellary. Bicarpellary. When two carpel fuse together, diagram is same. Tricarpellary, when three carpel fused together. Three carpel fused together. Tetracarpellary, three carpel means if they form three chamber inside the ovary. Okay, 1, 2, 3 chamber, and these three chambers of ovary represent three carpel condition. Tetracarpellary, if tetracarpellary having 4 chamber. Similarly, another is tetracarpellary, and similarly fifth one is a multicarpellary situation. Multicarpellary situation. In multicarpellary situation, suppose carpel form multiple chamber. Okay. And this is a result of the multicarpellary. You can see the Cucumis maxima, kaddu plant आपने देखा है. Kaddu, you can say the Cucumis maxima is condition of a multicarpellary situations. Okay, this is a type of syncarpous conditions. Okay, now placentation. Placentation generally how the ovule arrange inside the each ovary chambers, each locules. Okay, and this is called placentation. Placentation may be of marginal. First one is a marginal placentation. If inside the ovary the ovule attach at the margin position, this is the ovule, and ovule is present at the marginal positions. And what diagram of ovule, how ovule are formed, you can learn further in class 12 in chapter 2, but not here in detail. But I am going to prepare a diagram of ovule. This is a ovule. You can see this is the outer integument, inner integument, micropyle, embryo sac, chalaza, funiculus and placenta. Okay, this type of structure that found in case of ovary. Okay, so this one is a marginal placentation. Second is a called axial placentation. Here each ovule attached at the axial position. This is a ovule that attached at the axial position. Okay. Third is a free central placentation. Free central means if ovule attach at this, but no any partition of wall or placenta are found in this case, is called free central. Okay. Fourth is a parietal placentation. Parietal at the end or notches at where the ovary wall fused. Suppose a tricarpellary ovary. This is a tricarpellary ovary. Each septa is wall dissolved, and this situation of ovule are attached with the ovary wall. This is called parietal placentation. Fifth one is a basal placentation, means ovule arise at the base. This is called basal placentation. So this one is a marginal, axial, free central, and parietal, basal, and one more is a superficial is also observed. This is a different type of placentation. Let us see the example. Okay. Let us see example. How can you understand if I am talking about a question? What is a question? Question is prepare a embryo sac, prepare a ovary with tricarpellary syncarpous axial placentation. Tricarpellary syncarpous axial placentation. Axial placentation. You can see this is a tricarpellary condition. Okay. All are fused together. This is called syncarpous, and axial placentation means arranged axial position of the ovule. I am tricarpellary syncarpous, marginal placentation, parietal placentation. You can prepare, you can change it. Okay, like this type of ovule they form. So this one is a parietal placentation. You can prepare by solving different name. By solving more and more question, you can understand all the parts that relate to it. Okay, all the questions that related to it. Now students, this is a not of class 11th standard, because it is a more than 11th standard student. This will help you for the medical point of view. I think it is a must, student, you must focus on this all topics. Okay. Now type of style. Type of style. Style further classified into adnate style. Okay. Second is a adnate style. Second is a lateral style. Okay. Lateral style. Third is a gynobasic style. Gynobasic style is a characteristic of feature of family Solanaceae. Lateral style. Adnate means, suppose here anther directly, this is a style, and anther are directly separated by the style. Lateral style, this is a thalamus of the flower, and if style is arise, this is a style arise from the lateral side of the ovary. This is called lateral style. Gynobasic style, if this is a thalamus of flower and this one is a ovary, and if thalamus of flower is this and this one is a ovary, but the all style is directly passes through the partition of the ovary. This type of style is called gynobasic style. Students, this is a very important terms related to styles. Now the next part that we must study in this case is called symbols. What type of symbols are used? Okay, what type of symbols are used in taxonomy? Okay, first one more is if a flower, suppose this is a flower, mustard flower. If some flower are like that, if they are cut at any planes, all part are identical to the other part. This type of flower is called actinomorphic. What? Actinomorphic. And if flower like baxillary aestivation, this type of flower shows only zygomorphic condition, means flower cut at the only one position. This will I think it will already was already discussed at the time of flower discussion, but not discussed at that time. So here I was discuss here. Students, I am discussing here actinomorphic. Actinomorphic means if flower cut at any plane and all part are identical to the other part. Okay, all part means one half part is identical to the other part. This type of called flower, this type of flower is called actinomorphic. And if flower cut at any plane and cut only one plane and one part identical to other part, beside this no any plane show symmetry, this type of flower is called zygomorphic. Now at the time of symbol formation, Let us see the actinomorphic situation represented by this diagram. Zygomorphic situation represented by this diagram, or percent bisexual flower represented by this diagram. Suppose flower is male, represented by this diagram. This symbol, they all are symbols, and this is a terminology, term. Okay, and this one is a female. This all symbol used at the time of floral formula formation of a particular plant of a family. Clear? If a flower having bract, this is called bract. This is represented by bracteate. If flower not having any type of bract conditions, this is called abracteate. It is also represented by symbol EBR. Okay. The next symbol, if calyx, it is represented by K. If corolla, represented by C. And suppose if corolla having numerous number, it is represented by infinite. If having 4 number 4, if having 5 number 5. Okay, calyx are same 5, 4 or infinite also. You can write here. Corolla, androecium, androecium represented by A. Sometime androecium is 2, 3, 5 and infinite. Okay. If ganoecium represented by G. Ganoecium may be 2, 3. If 2, sometime a fused. If 4, sometime fused. If 5, they are fused. This is a bracket represent the fused situation, and a non-bracket represent free situations. Okay. So this one is a. Now superior and inferior ovary. Superior ovary represented by G under dash. G under नीचे G के क्या करते हैं, डैश करते हैं. Inferior ovary means ovary below, means above the floral part, or above the ovary floral part are arise. These are different symbols that are used at the time of formation of floral formula. And if you prepare floral formula, you can prepare the floral diagram also. Floral diagram is another important. Suppose if you prepare a floral formula like flower is a actinomorphic bisexual situation. Okay, ebracteate, no bract are found. Calyx 4, corolla 4, all are free, means corolla sometimes fused. Okay, androecium 4, ganoecium 2, fused superior ovary. What type of situation you can have? How can you prepare the formula? Sorry, this is a floral formula. This is the outer represent calyx 4. Under this is a corolla. And after that, each corolla, below the corolla, fourth most whorl is called androecium. This is a androecium situation. This is a mother axis, and two carpels that are fused here. This is a carpel and having ovule. The flower is actinomorphic. Here floral formula and floral diagram show slight differences. The conditions like actinomorphy, zygomorphy is not shown in floral formula. Superiority and inferior ovary condition is not shown in the floral diagram. and in actinomorphic zygomorphic condition is not shown in case of floral diagram. So this one is a diagrams that represent but you can see the what type of situations, actinomorphic situations in the floral formula. So this one is a floral formula and this is a floral diagram. This question is asked at the time of family discussion. Write the floral formula of family Solanaceae and write about the floral diagram of the family Solanaceae. This type of character are asking students in examination. This is the very important point. I think all the terminology related to the flower are discussed in this past 3 classes, part 1, part 2 and part 3. In part 4 I will discuss about the family Solanaceae in detail, and in part 5 I will discuss in the family Liliaceae in detail. Students, I remind you that most of the portion of this chapter are sorted this year, removed from this year because due to lack of time of COVID-19. Thank you.